Hey guys and gals, this is Mr. E, lthms art teacher. I'm here again to start a next project. For this project, we're going to create a color wheel. It's going to be beyond just a normal color wheel. This would be an example of just a kind of a regular normal color wheel here. It's just a circle with the different colors of the spectrum in the circle. So we're going to make ours a little more unique than that. It will have all the colors though. I was inspired to create this color wheel project because of I looked at the rose window that they have in Notre Dame Cathedral, and this is not the rose window, but this is a similar window that they have in churches all around. It's basically a circular window, and we're going to be using radial symmetry in this project, and I'll talk to you guys about what that is in a little bit. We'll be using tints of color, shades of color, primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors to create this. Let's call it a creative color wheel. So we're going to create this kind of in the style of a round stained glass window. For this project, you're going to need some supplies. You'll need just a regular piece of printer paper. You're going to actually need two, because we're going to do a sketch first and then we'll do a final. And then you'll need two pencils, a ruler, and an eraser. You're going to also need pigments of some sort. Paints are going to be the best. If you got access to paint, you're in good shape. The colors you'll need are red, blue, and yellow, plus black and white. Now, if you only have crayons, use crayons. If you only have colored pencils, we'll try that. And if you only have markers, we'll go ahead and use markers. But you'll want some access to some colors too. So you can use one of those. Once again, paint being the best thing to use. First thing we're going to do with this project is we're going to start by doing a sketch. So I'm going to move my supplies here over, and I'm just going to start with my blank sheet of paper that I have right here. For my sketch, I'm going to do a circle. What I found here in the shop is an old coffee can, so I'm going to put the coffee can, kind of center it. And it's kind of hard for you guys to see there, but I'm going to center it on my paper, and I'm going to draw a circle just by going around the edge of the can. Drawing around right now, just like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Had a little mess up with a line right over here, so I'm going to erase that out. If you guys can find a circle, this circle is approximately 6 1/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches. So if you got something close to that, go ahead and use it. So like I said, this is going to be our sketch for a final. What we're going to need to do with this circle is divide it into 12 equal sections. So it's kind of like if you're cutting a pizza and you have to share it with another person. You want all the sections to be equal so you both get the same amount. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the center of this circle. So like I said, it's about 6 1/4 inches. So half of 6 1/4 would be 3 2/16. So I'm going to make a mark right there. And then I'm going to measure top to bottom as well and go 3 2/16 right there. Hopefully I got that right. That's my center. Now I'm going to make a line across horizontally this way, and I'm going to make a line across horizontally this way, up and down. Actually, that's vertically up and down that way. So I've got 4 sections there now, but I need 12 to make this color wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure one of these sections, one of these wedges of the wheel. And I'm going to use, since I'm not good at math, I'm going to use a number that is divisible by 3. So that would be 6, 3. So I can divide 3 into 3 sections. So I'm going to start here on this one, on this line right up here that I'm pointing to. And I'm going to go down to this number 3 right there, and that's even with this line here. So I'm going to make a mark at the 1 and the 2, just like that. And then I'm going to move over to this section, and I'm going to measure again, just across this way. So this end of the ruler's here, the 3 here is on this line. I'm going to go 1 and 2. And then what I'm going to do is these points, I'm going to connect them through the center point. And that should give me 3 sections if I do them. Now I'm going to go, if you watch, all the way from this side up here all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to go 1 and try and line it up with the center. 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm going to go 1 and 2 here as well. Lining these lines up should give me 12 sections. I did it right. Alright. So there's mine. This is my sketch. So if I count, starting with this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got my 12 sections done. Alright. I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about definitions. So I said with this project we're going to be using radial symmetry. Radial, the definition, when I think of radial, it means a picture where things radiate out from a central point. And if you can see with the wheel, everything's radiating out from that center point to the edges. So that's radial. Symmetry has to do with balance. So by arranging elements in your art piece on either side of a center point of an object or picture, you can create an equally weighted art piece. So using this as my guide, I could create the same thing over here, and the same thing here and here, and create a symmetrical piece of artwork. Asymmetrical balance would be different. You'd have different things on both sides. This is going to be the same on both sides. An example of symmetrical might be, let me draw something just right here. So if I just drew a real simple thing, let's draw a butterfly. And the wing of the butterfly is here. And here's the butterfly's head and his body or her body. And then I want to emulate that wing as best I can right over here on this side. So it's not perfect, but if you split that down the middle, you've got pretty much the same thing on both sides of the butterfly. That's symmetrical. So symmetry is basically same on both sides, or you could say it's balanced. On both sides. So it's balanced because it's the same on both sides, basically. Radial, like I said, it's the parts of the art piece are radiating out from the center. So I'm going to say art that radiates hope I spelled that right, from a central, let's say a central point. So that's radial, and that's symmetry. So that's about 10 minutes. So I think that's probably what we want to do for today. If you guys want to write down your definitions for radial and symmetry, you can. You don't have to draw the butterfly, but that was my example of symmetrical. And then the thing you do want to do today is create this wheel. That's important. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is Mr. E at the L. Thomas Heck satellite art room, I guess, here in my shop. And I hope you guys are all doing well. If you need to email me, please feel free to. My email is Erlenmeyer, which is ERLENMEYER at lest.k12.az.us. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you next time.